real-time monitoring system, the increase in number of deaths from prescription drugs, particularly opioids, will continue to rise.
Health Minister Brad Hazzard first raised the idea 6 months ago, pushing for a national solution.
If we can't get all the states and territories who have agreed at this stage to try and do it, if they can't do it, then of course New South Wales will proceed on our own.
But pharmacists in New South Wales want action now.
The longer we wait, the more unnecessary deaths we are going to have in New South Wales.
Victoria is already going it alone, and here the state opposition has committed $30 million to do the same if elected.
How many deaths are we prepared to tolerate in the meantime? Victoria's doing this now. New South Wales isn't.
We're prepared to waste $30 million in a half-baked scheme. Really, it's about making sure the scheme works well so that people can't go and do prescriptions across borders or anywhere else.
Ahead in the news, grocery gridlock, trading brought to a halt at Coles stores across the country. And from school friends to wrestling superstars, the two Aussie women taking the US by storm.
In the future, the SUV is intelligent. It sees things before you see them. Knows things before you know. It reads between the lines and creates spaces to grow into. Because the one sure thing about the future, it always becomes the present. Brand new Mazda CX-8 diesel, future ready.
Want a foundation that works as hard as you do? Try new Revlon Colour Stay Full Cover Foundation from Chemist Warehouse. The lightweight whip texture applies to a matte finish, leaving skin looking flawless. It's all-day wear that won't cake or weigh you down. Revlon Colour Stay Full Cover Foundation is only $17.99 at Chemist Warehouse. Live, look, feel fabulous every day at Chemist Warehouse.
Why join a one-way exodus to Mars?
Hay fever. I'll try anything.
Nasonex Allergy lets you upgrade from your antihistamines to a higher level of hay fever relief without a prescription. Enjoy Earth.
Health and well-being? Speak to a healthcare professional about the OptiFast program at Chemist Warehouse. The OptiFast program induces ketosis, meaning your body burns fat, helping you to lose weight. Plus, the range is convenient and great tasting. At Chemist Warehouse, the OptiFast 18-pack range is just $49.99. Start your journey towards a healthier future with the OptiFast program. Live, look, feel well at Chemist Warehouse.
Australia's most satisfied customers again. Even though you need a coin for your trolley. That's good different.
Every sunrise, every day, every season, every way. Every generation, every dream, every job, starting from teen. This is your future. Grow it today. With Aussafe Super, we're with you all the way.
An update now on the bushfires situation at Port Stephens. The fire at Saltash is currently being controlled with a Watch and Act warning currently in place. So far, more than 1,900 hectares of bushland has been destroyed. It's currently burning around Rooks Road, Lemon Tree Passage Road and Browns Road. Lemon Tree Passage Road remains closed. They say the early bird catches the worm, but even those birds would have gone hungry this morning if they were paying electronically. Supermarket giant Coles forced to shut the doors of stores up and down the east coast after its electronic payment system failed to fire at the start of trade today.
Just one thing worse than missing a Sunday sleep-in, missing a sleep-in to go shopping early, but finding the shutters drawn. So it was this morning for Coles supermarkets along the east coast. The chain saying a minor IT problem forced many stores to shut for more than 3 hours.
We actually just delayed opening some stores while we rectified it, and it was just really to make sure that we could ensure that customers would get through the checkout with minimum inconvenience.
From Ashgrove in Brisbane to Lane Cove in Sydney and Northcote in Melbourne, Coles staff were forced to either hastily pin apologies at their thresholds or stand sentinel outside stores to advise customers personally.
We needed to make sure all the registers were ready, that we would cause minimum inconvenience for our customers.
It's the latest IT glitch that has stopped nationwide trading in its tracks. In April, Woolworths shoppers were forced to abandon packed trolleys after its electronic payment system faltered in the afternoon peak hour, and on a Saturday morning in May, a major fail of NAB's ATM and EFTPOS infrastructure put it offline for more than 5 hours.
A little bit of a pain, but maybe the other one's open now. They open.
But by 10 a.m, Coles was advising all these supermarkets were now trading.
We want to assure customers that there'll be no disruption throughout the day.
Hopefully those who struck out this morning will get a sleep-in next Sunday. Mike Dalton, NBN News.
Straight off a major motorway and into a house packed with people, an out-of-control car has left behind a trail of destruction in Sydney. A family inside the home is counting their lucky stars. The vehicle smashing through a wall only a short distance from where a young boy was sleeping. Holding each other a little tighter after a shock wake-up call. The Varner family inspects the damage to their Maryland's home, grateful no one was injured or even killed.
You know, it's so amazing how the children are still alive.
It was just before 4 o'clock this morning when the driver of this four-wheel drive lost control, crashing into the side of the home.
If the house was sitting on the ground and the car ran right into it, one of the children's life would have gone.
15-year-old Wesley and 11-year-old Junior were asleep in their room just above where the car hit.
My brothers were screaming, telling us to get up.
They had another massive bang and just shook the whole house. I thought it was like an earthquake or something.
The driver had taken the off-ramp from the M4 onto Bernard Street, crossing onto the wrong side of the road, heading through this fence and into the family home. But police still don't know what caused the crash.
Well, I ran out and checked on the lady and she didn't seem to know what was going on. She just looked at me surprised.
The 45-year-old driver was taken to Westmead Hospital for a checkup and mandatory testing, with an injury to her wrist. The Varner family is still smiling and hoping for their hot water to be turned back on soon. Zara James, NBN News. The federal government is ramping up its help for drought-ravaged communities across New South Wales. Farmers will have access to even bigger low-interest loans, while $75 million is being made available now for councils to pump into local infrastructure and community projects.
When the wind blows now, all you can see is dust. Under harsh sun, the grass, where there is any, is tinder dry. Well, it's pretty bad. 78-year-old Neville Allen has been on this land in central west New South Wales for 35 years. Keeping his cattle alive is costing him $13,000. That's for 3 months' worth of hay.
They're going bullions and not bales of hay.
He struggles to sleep and his son Brent is on the farm to help. Do you worry about your mum and dad on this farm in the drought?
Yeah, of course. I mean, they're both getting older now and they're towards retirement and, you know, it's not an easy lifestyle.
In other parts of the country, stock is dying. Some of those surviving are starving. The conditions are among the driest since the 1960s.
Some of these guys have got a lot more stock than us and they're feeding. Their bills are huge. I don't know how they're doing it.
There might have been grey clouds in Forbes today, but there's no rain in them. How quickly do you need this rain?
Yesterday.
In a sign of how desperate things are getting, an extra $250 million is being made available, taking the federal government's help now to $1.8 billion.